Yeah. Good looking crowd. All right. Good. I'm actually from here. This is my hometown. Did you guys know that? Yeah. Born in Bethlehem, raised in Nazareth. Sound familiar to anybody? Huh? Yeah, I can't really turn water into wine, but I can turn wine into a 2 a.m. argument with my girlfriend about politics. I can do that. I have done that. That's something I regularly do. Who I agree with, by the way. I do agree. Everything I agree with her politically until I get a bottle of wine in me that I'm just some drunk contrarian that'll just disagree with anything. What do you believe? What do you think about this? That's not what I think about that. Even if it's things I agree with, I'm like, I think different about that, actually. We're all raised the same way. Never bring up politics or religion at a dinner party, you know? Yep. I disagree. I only bring that shit up at dinner parties. You never have to go back to that dinner party ever again. You never get reinvited to the dinner party. I don't have fun at dinner parties. It doesn't make sense to me. We're all in a house with people that we kind of know, and we got to dress nice. We can't wear sweatpants. That's bullshit. I don't want that. I've never had fun at a dinner party and not had to call and apologize for my antics the next day. So I show up, I find out what the host believes in, and then I start saying opposite shit to that. You know, I just start going the opposite way, no matter what it is, even if it's things I agree with. I'm contrarian, because my objective is to get either kicked out or have the party stop. You know, so I'll ask them what they think. I'm like, no matter what it is. But Kanye, you gotta hear what he has to say. You know, Kanye had some points. You know, you never know. I don't really agree with you at all. And then I get kicked out, right? And then I get to go home and eat shrimp cocktail at my speed, which is very fast standing over a trash can, okay? My girlfriend's like, why'd you say that? You're not anti-Semitic. I'm like, I'm not, but I am anti-wine and cheese party with your dumbass coworkers ever again. I will not do that again. I hate elections. I don't really get too political at all. I just don't like when elections are happening mainly because the political attack ads, I think they're so wrong, don't you? Yeah. Not because they're mean, it's just that voice. Political attack ad voice just seeps into my subconscious. And it's my internal dialogue, and it's so convincing. It makes me doubt myself, you know? I'll be trying to get in shape, and I'll be like, Tyler's trying to get in shape. Tyler wants to eat healthy. But that's not the Tyler we know. Shut up, voice. Tyler's at Barnes & Noble trying to find a book, but he knows he can't read. Is that who you want running the country? I like to argue about religion, though. That's fun, you know. This is a true story. Last Christmas, baby Jesus was stolen from the manger scene in the church where I grew up, you know. Fake baby Jesus, was stolen. In the manger scene. And everybody went nuts. Everybody was upset. They launched an investigation. The church was like, what monster, what sacrilegious monster would steal a fake baby Jesus? Who could do that? It's like the church had an extra fake baby Jesus. How is that not the more sacrilegious thing? It's like Jesus is the only Son of God, but also we have a spare one in the shed next to the lawnmower. How do you end up with two fake baby Jesuses, you know? I think the church got upsold by a shrewd manger salesman. Just like a used car salesman, manger salesman. Just some guy's like, so you got the three wise men, that's nice. But I've also noticed you only got that one fake baby Jesus. These little fuckers go missing all the time. And now you got a decision to make. Do you nail that one down? Which, by the way, You do not. You do not want to be nailing down baby Jesus. That's too early to do that. So for another $9.99, I'm going to upgrade you to the God forbid package where we get your... Yeah. I don't know if I've earned that applause, but... Some people get all weird when you talk about like religion. You get all tight. I get it. Or like if you talk about like sports. Like I'm a big Philadelphia sports fan across the board. Hell yeah. Go Birds. Philly, I love Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia's a great city. Thank you. That's about the ratio of people that appreciate the city of Philadelphia, actually. It's not unanimously loved, right? And it's like it does kind of have like a bullshit attitude as a city. It's got a complex, and it's the country's fault. They were fired as the nation's capital for like no reason at all. That was wrongful termination as far as I'm concerned. Philly was the capital of this brand new country, you know, everything was going fine. And then out of nowhere, the country was like, Philly, can you come on my office real quick? You know, this is, shut the door, please. You know, this is the part of the job I hate, okay? All right. We decided we're going to go in a different direction. And Philly's like, all right, I guess I'll just go back and I'll be the capital of Pennsylvania. And the country was like, we gave that to Harrisburg already, but we're going to, here, to show our appreciation, we're going to let you keep the Liberty Bell. And Philly's like, you broke the Liberty Bell. It's broken. I can't ring it. It's not a bell if I can't ring it, is it? I think the capital should go back to Philly, though. I think we would hold politicians more in check, you know? We threw batteries at Santa at an Eagles game. You think there'd be more bipartisan support if Lincoln Financial was the Senate? And that's where the laws got made, and all the politicians knew there was a drunk Delco dad like a block away, just like, do what I want. What's that? I don't know. I don't know. The thing I love, like Eagles fans, whatever you feel, like they are the best fans. You know why I love them? Thank you. They're the best fans because they put their own personal beliefs aside for what's good for the team. You know? And I've never seen an example of this more than the first Super Bowl win. Like the first Super Bowl win was also the year Kaepernick was kneeling for the anthem, right? And it was fun to watch my conservative friends that were also Eagle fans have like a moral battle as the season progressed, you know? Because before the season, Kaepernick's kneeling, everybody's mad. They're like, I'm boycotting. I'm not watching the NFL. That guy's kneeling during the anthem. That's bullshit. Halfway through the year, the Eagles are like 7-1. They're like, fuck, I don't know. They haven't been this good in a long time. Right? And then before the NFC Championship game, they're like, you know, everybody has the freedom of speech, okay? I don't agree with them, but... I did it with Mike Vick, too. I did it. I'll admit that. I was mad when the Eagles got Mike Vick. You know, I love dogs. They got Mike Vick. Everybody's like, I'm mad. It's like, this guy's a monster. He's making dogs fight. He's training dogs to fight. What kind of... I'm not watching... I'm boycotting the NFL. I'm not fucking watching one play. And then I saw Vic, like, break 4 tackles, and it was like a 90-yard touchdown run. I'm like, those dogs were bred to fight, actually, okay? All right? That's what they wanted to do. That was their goal and dream. And who are you to not let them go for their dreams? But my favorite news story of the year was, remember when the guy escaped from the prison in Philly? You guys remember that? He like killed 3 people, and then he scaled the wall, and he was on the run for like 10 days. You guys remember that? Yeah. That was my favorite, because it shook, and then they, after 10 days, they caught him, and he had a Philadelphia Eagles hoodie on. And the whole city was like, fucking go Birds! Go Birds! Like, any other company would like distance themselves from a sociopath. They'd be like, issue a statement like, we do not align our beliefs with the Eagles. Like, that's our, oh, go Birds, go Birds. That's us. That's our shit right there. We're doing a bobblehead night for them. That's what we're gonna do. Come down to the link. Get one of your own. That's the moment I knew I could never go on the run. I know I don't own enough shirts. I own like 4 shirts. I can't go on the run with 4 shirts because the odds of me wearing the same shirt on the run that I was also wearing when I did the crime in my last scene photo is too good. Like, I'd be on the run in like a rest stop in the middle of the country, and I'd see my last scene wanted photo looking the exact same as I do right now. And I'd be like, oh shit. Same stain and everything. I should have done. I gotta go shop that rack. You ever see like at a rest stop gas station, they have like a rack of shirts? Who's that for? On the run. That's for somebody on the... That's a very specific demographic of people. That's for somebody that needs a shirt now. I need a shirt right now. Who, like, I've needed pants right now, like, but who, a shirt right now? Like, I want to know the percentage of people that bought a shirt from a gas station and didn't commit a felony within 24 hours of that purchase. You know? Like, if you see somebody shopping that rack, call 911. Call the police. Somebody's in trouble close to that person. I could never go on the run. That's why, you know who I respect a lot, actually, is Bonnie and Clyde. I respect Bonnie and Clyde so much because they were on the run. Like, I'm in a relationship. I know how hard relationships are. Me and my girlfriend break up like every other week. Bonnie and Clyde were on the run, robbing banks. They didn't break up once. That's how in love they were, you know? Me and my girlfriend broke up on the way to the Jersey Shore for vacation. Bonnie and Clyde, they died hand in hand, embracing each other, still together, a car full of bullet holes. We broke up with a car full of boogie boards and sunscreen. We had sunscreen. You know how hard it is to break up applying sunscreen? You're just like, I never want to see you ever again, okay? I never want to see you. You are the worst person I know, and I want you out of... Can you get my back a little bit? Can you get a little spot? We could have never been Bonnie and Clyde. But I think that's how you know you shouldn't, that's when you know you're with the right one. When you, like, everybody's like, don't get married until you've lived together. Don't get married until you've been on the run together. You know? Can you do it? We would never be Bonnie and Clyde. We would break up on the way into the bank. I'd get jealous at her. I'd be like, I saw you hand that note to that guy. What'd it say? She's like... Well, that was the bank manager, and the note said I have a gun and I want all the money or I'll kill you. Like, you must love him, don't you? You see speeding away from the bank we just robbed. She's like, slow down. We're in the getaway car right now, okay? I can't. We have to go. Maybe that's how Bonnie and Clyde did get away with it for so long, though. Maybe they were doing couple shit. Like, they were, like, pulled over on the side of the road right next to the bank arguing about, like, directions. And the cops just drove by because there's no way that's them, right? That can't be Bonnie and Clyde, can it? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm on the road doing this bullshit. I'm having a fun time. Traveling, nowhere cool, nowhere fun. Every town that nobody lives, like, nobody visits for fun. They just end up, you know? Like, I book my own accommodation. I book my own, like, hotels and shit. I don't have an agent doing that. It's just me. And I always do it for the cheapest. I look for the cheapest price, which is not how you should do it. I book where I'm going to stay like I'm booking it for my worst enemy that's going to stay there. Like, I forget that it's going to be me that will stay there. I'll be like, oh, $39.99. That's a great deal. And then I'll show up and be like... I'll go to the front desk. I'm like, is there a pool? He's like, of blood? No, we cleaned that up a little bit ago. You're fine. Stay in a lot of motels. I'm at the motel level of my career. And I'm talking about real motels. Like you drive up to your door. That's the real type of motel. That's the only accommodation at a motel is you get to see your car. You're like, oh, thank God it's there. All right, good. Is there anything working hard for us than motel room curtains? Does anything protect us from reality more than motel room curtains? You know, like you have a motel room curtain that's open. You're like crime, murder, crime. You close it, you're like, oh, thank God I'm safe. Okay. Like I'll be laying down in a motel room and you'll hear the sounds of crime happening like 6 feet from your head. But that curtain's there to be like, that shit's not out there, man, okay? You're safe in here with me. Just take a deep breath. Actually, don't. There's black mold. Don't take a deep breath. No, we trust the curtain so much to protect us. It's an impenetrable force. Nothing can get in or out. That's why I think they should make the southern border wall out of Motel 6 curtains. I think that's a cheap, ineffective way to accomplish the goal, right? But that brings up the question, what side of the curtain is the United States on? See, oh, that's the groan right there. Are we in the room or are we out by the car? Do we know that for sure? Are we positive where we are right now? Or is Mexico down there trying to fall asleep like 3 feet away from the United States? But that curtain's there to be like, that shit's not happening up there, man. You're totally fine. One small clap. Good. I'll be honest, I'll admit this. I have spent some time at my mom's house living there. Yep, nobody's super proud that that happened. It was the whole time I lived in New York City for a while. The whole time I was gone, my mom kept my childhood bedroom the same. That's how little faith she had in her boy to make it in the big town. Like my brother moved out, immediately his room was an office. No, don't clap for that. I was gone for almost a decade, and my mom's like, I'm not moving that bed twice. He's coming back here. I know he is. She kept everything the same. Do you guys remember the Tot Finder program? TOT? Okay. So if you don't know, the Tot Finder program was, when I was in elementary school, the fire department came and they did an assembly about fire, right? And they told us how bad it was to be on fire, which is true. It's terrible to be on fire. What? They were right about that, okay? So, yeah, they did an assembly about fire, right? They taught us how bad it was. And at the end of the assembly, they gave each kid a sticker that said Tot Finder, and we were to put it on our bedroom window to let the fire department know where the kids slept in case of a fire, right? It would also let pedophiles know as well. In every other day that there was no fire. Fireless days, just a glow in the dark. This is where the kids are. And you can't have that. You cannot have that, you know? Do you know what it's like being 37 years old and you're trying to fall asleep, but you're looking at a faded Tot Finder sticker on your bedroom window? You get all this anxiety, like, if this house catches on fire, and the fire department's gonna be like, we might have a tot up there. And then they break in the mine, like, whoa, that's a big tot right there. Oh, we got a world record tot right here. Get the camera out. This is going on the firehouse wall. That's what we're doing. Some volunteer firefighter I graduated high school with. He's like, Tyler? I'm like, yeah, Brian? He's like, are you a pedophile? I'm like, no, this is my bedroom. Please get me to safety right now. I just get like firemen carried to safety. Oh, wow, Brian, you've gotten much stronger since high school. Thank you. Thank you for rescuing me. All Are you guys robots? I was like, are we running out of battery? Is that what's happening? No, I'm just happy that people are heroic and they're fighting fires and shit. I'm not heroic at all. I wish I was. I have hero fantasies, though. I'll admit that. Which I think is more perverse than any weird sexual fantasy. Like that means, because I have these like dare to be great, will you save somebody in like a dangerous situation? That my fantasies involve somebody being in harm's way, and maybe I'll save them. I probably won't, you know? These fantasies started when I was in middle school. I was in middle school when Columbine happened, and like I would sit in class and I would daydream and fantasize about like that situation and me saving the day. I'd just sit there, and in my fantasies, a gunman comes in. I'm like, wrong class, bro. Wrong class. I've been waiting for you my whole life. Okay, and I start fighting with him. I'm wrestling him, right? I slide the gun away. Everybody's holding it. I'm holding the guy down, waiting for the cops to come. My whole school is chanting, Tyler, Tyler, Tyler. But then I snap out of my daydream because like my teacher being like, Tyler, wake up. It's your turn to read in front of the class. And then I have a panic attack because I'm actually scared to read in front of people. And that's when I realized, I'm not going to save my class. I'm scared to read in front of my class. That's who I am. No, my friends do it too. They'll just insert themselves in like a hypothetical situation where they know they'll look like a badass because they know they don't have to do it. It's like, dude, actually, I would fight a grizzly bear because the nose is sensitive and you just quick jab it in the nose and it'll run away, dude. Yeah, I'd win a fight against a grizzly bear. It's like, oh, really? That's very brave of you to say you do the thing that you'll never have to do. I just want to surprise that person with that scenario. Like the next day. Be like, oh, Ryan, thanks for coming over. I don't know if you checked out the backyard, but thanks to Craigslist, we got a grizzly bear, man. And I've been poking him with a stick all morning. He is wound up right now. He's ready to fight. So I don't know. I've invited all your ex-girlfriends and all their families to come. I guess watch you win a UFC fight against a grizzly bear. Did you know? This is actually, believe it or not, this is not the worst job I've ever had. It's the only job I've not been fired from. I've been fired from so many jobs, and I've been fired from all my jobs except one job. I quit, and they were like, "We were gonna fire you anyway." So, like, we wish you showed that initiative when you worked here, but thanks. Thank you for leaving. Actually, the worst job when I was 19, I was a census taker. I counted you guys, and. I got it wrong. I got it wrong so quick. In 9 days, my job was go door to door and ring the doorbell, be like, how many are in there? And everyone told me to go fuck myself. I did not know people hated the census. I didn't know that. I was and I didn't like it. I didn't like getting yelled at every day. I got anxiety, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start guessing how many people are in these houses. It doesn't actually matter to me. And I would use context clues, like 2-car garage, swing set. All right, I'm gonna write 5 people down. But I got that wrong too much. And my boss called me to the office, and she was like, we hate to do this, but first of all, you're getting fired. Second of all, it's actually a felony to lie on the census. It's like, why are we giving 19-year-olds jobs they can accidentally do felonies at, you know? We're gonna do them every time. It's like, I can't go to prison for this. Can you imagine? Imagine me in the showers. I'd count the people then, you know? You guys I'd be like, 9 guys in here? Oh shit, this would be a long shower. Look, that's a joke about prison rape, and you laughed. That's a real issue in this nation, okay? You can't take that back. That's who you guys are as people. I'm 37. I'm about to be 38. And I think your goals for your life, they change as you get older, right? You have different expectations for yourself. Like, I wanted to be like rich and shit, but now, like my goal now is just to be successful enough to be able to afford a midlife crisis. I want to have enough money to like have that meltdown in a couple years. My friend bought a motorcycle and he blamed it on a midlife crisis. I'm like, that's not a crisis. You just used your extra money to buy a cool thing. That's not a crisis. I'm almost 40 and I don't have any money and I don't know how I'll get some. That's the midlife crisis, okay? I got an ad on Instagram for a sperm bank. It said, if accepted, you'll make $1,300 at the sperm bank. Accepted? Like, I didn't even know they rejected people at a... Did you guys know that? They rejected me? I thought they took it all like a Goodwill or something like that. Like a Salvation Army or something, right? Like there was a bin in the parking lot, just leave it in there and one man's trash is another family's treasure. That's our motto. I don't want to get rid of that. I would get upset. I would hurt my feelings. You're going to send somebody out into the world rejected. They've been waiting all week to deposit. And you reject them. They're going to come back in with like a ski mask on, like, everybody on the fucking ground! Everybody down! You're going to take this to... Get a cup from out back. I'm leaving with that money, okay? I'm leaving with that money. No, does anybody have any fears that they want to yell out? Anybody scared or anything?
False imprisonment.
Say what?
False imprisonment.
Wow, okay. I mean, yeah, I guess we all could have... False. I've been doing this a while. People say shit like murder or... What kind of crowds do you run with? It is scary to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. My big fear though, I'm terrified of the end of the world. You know, I don't want to miss it. That's the real. I think if it's gonna happen, I want to see it. Like my fear is like I'm gonna die of natural causes right before the world ends in a cool way. Like I'll be in a hospital bed, you know, and all my family, loved ones are coming. They're saying goodbye. It's emotional. Everybody's crying. I die. I go to heaven, and then like 5 minutes later, they all show up. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? They're like, you missed it, dude. You missed it. It got fun as hell after you died. Like the aliens came. We all were fighting aliens to the death. It was, sorry you died of heart disease. That looked like it sucked too, but we were fighting aliens, man. I'm like, where's my wife? She keeps winning down there. She's like really good at it. My friend's dad he's got like a bunker for the end of the world, you know, and he's also an alcoholic. So I don't know if it's a bunker or if he just gets shit faced and leaves things in his basement, and he's too hungover to take them back upstairs. So over time, it's like now a bunker, right? It's like a shitty, like there's not enough supply. Like his bunker would be like if the end of the world lasts like a 3-day weekend. That's kind of, it's terrible supplies. But he was like giving me a tour one time. He's like, we think of you as like a member of this family. So if the world starts ending, you got a spot in our bunker. And I'm like, I would rather end with the world, I think. I don't want to fight your UFC wannabe sons for whatever's left of the terrible supplies that you've gathered, right? Because we all love each other day one. World starts ending, day one, we're all family, protecting each other. But as those supplies start dwindling, they're going to start looking around to figure out who they all love the least. And I'm going to start looking pretty delicious at that point. And I don't know much, but I know I got good eaten meat on me, okay? I'm pretty sure this is tender, marbled meat. And there's enough to last. And here's the thing. This is what the end of the world bunker people, this is what they often overlook. You have to be home when the world ends. You can't be like stuck at work. And now you got to rush home. Now you're in end of the world traffic. Right? Nobody, bumper to bumper, nobody's moving. Radio station's still trying to play the hits. Imagine being that radio traffic guy trying to, I don't know if you looked outside, but the world's ended and nobody's moving, but here's some Goo Goo Dolls to make it feel a little bit better. Let me ask this. Are there any grandparents here? Any grandparents in this building? Hell yeah. Wow. Okay. I didn't want to point who I thought it might be, but I've learned that lesson the hard way. Anybody a grandparent? What do you go by? What's your name?
Actually, I'm Step. I go by my name.
Oh, shit. They don't go Step Nana?
No.
I would punch a kid if they called you Step Nana. Show her respect. Call her Carol. No.
She's Grandma Ye.
Grandma Ye? I don't know what that means, but it sounds like sexual in a way. Grandma Ye. I think you could tell a lot about a family dynamic by what they call the matriarch of the family, you know? Like, I have a friend, I call mine Nana, but I have a friend, he calls his grandma grandmother. They don't love each other, really. You know? My other friend calls his grandma Barbara. She's in jail for check fraud right now, so she's having a hard time. I love my grandmother. She's the best. She's 94. We hang out. I take her shopping. You know, it's my favorite, one of my favorite days to hang out with my grandma, take her shopping. But every time we go shopping, there's always a moment where she makes me grapple with her mortality. Every time. It doesn't matter what we're buying. She'll be like, how many oranges are in that bag? I don't know if I'll be around long enough to finish those oranges. It's like, can you not do that, Nana, please, one time? Please. Just one time. Don't let me, get your affairs in order at every store we go to. We went to Lowe's the other day. She wanted to get a storm door for her house, you know? She's like, I want to get a storm door, but I want this to be the last storm door I buy. I want this to be my final storm door. Which, by the way, any storm door should be the last storm door. If you buy a storm door and a storm breaks it, you just bought a shitty door, okay? But she's like, yeah, I want this to be my final storm door. Which is an awkward conversation to bring an hourly Lowe's employee into. Some teenager, he's stoned. He's counting nails. I'm like, hey, Jacob, can you come over here? This is my Nana, and she wants her final storm door, so... Yeah, I don't know how much time she has left, but if you could put her through some tests, whatever you have to do to match her up with the door that'll just outlast her. And he was like, well, all of our doors have lifetime warranties. And I'm like, very generous of you, Jacob. So generous of you to give the decaying woman a lifetime warranty. So we decided we're going to get the door and just use that door as the door to her casket at her funeral, right? What? That's weird? That's what she wants. So we're going to, at her, stop clapping. At her funeral, we're going to slide that thing open so it stays, you know? Like it's a nice day out. And it's going to be a beautiful day. It will be a beautiful day. And at the end of the funeral, we're going to slide it down and have the hydraulic... have the... And then when it closes, then we send Nana off to eternal rest. That's our plan. What, is that weird? I don't think that's weird. I don't. You guys clap a lot, and I don't know. All right, I got a couple more left, and we'll get out of here. No, I love my Nana. I just mess with her. I fuck with her too much, you know? She's very religious, and she likes to go to church, and I go to church one time, and that's Christmas Eve. And I go to midnight mass, and I get kind of drunk when I go. And it's her big night with her grandson at church, and I fucked with her. Our church they have, I think a lot of churches have this, where the back wall, there's the big Jesus. He's like, you guys know the main pose that he does, right? Is anybody unfamiliar with the big? Basically, Jesus is like, fucking bring it on. You know what I'm saying, right? He's got abs, he's got that little thing there, and he's got just a little sash covering his penis. And I was drunk, and I go, Nana, this is fucked up. You know, Jesus' dick is actually bigger than that. And she's like, Tyler, stop. I'm like, Nana, are you saying it's smaller? That is, he can hear you right now, okay? He hears you. She's gonna get to heaven, and Jesus is gonna be like, come over here. Take a look. Look at this. I mess with her. Like, we were watching the news the other day, and a kid died on the news. Sorry, the kid was already dead, and the news was talking about it. That's big. If a kid dies on the news, live, the news has something to do with the death of that kid. And she was like, the hardest thing to do would be bury a young child. It's like, Nana, it'd be much harder to bury a big fat man, don't you think? Like, honestly, Nana, think about it. Middle of the summer, hottest day of the year. A lady is digging a hole for her big fat dead husband, while her 7-year-old boy is standing there, not doing shit. She'd be like, it would be easier if this were the boy. That is the bit. Yes, it is. Picture for 1 second. I want you guys all to picture this. A woman's digging a hole for a big fat dead husband, and she's sad, right? And she wishes it was her son, but she doesn't know how to express that. And then some drunk guy just stumbles like, logistically. Oh, shit. I thought I was sad about my fat husband and mad at my son, but logistics is good. That's... Logistically. I think you got a job tonight. I don't like... What do you do for work? What's your job? Good. That's what I was... Okay, good. All right. You went like this. I don't know. Window wash. It's almost over. You could go back to the fun house. It's very soon. No, I'm having fun. This is okay. I have this last. This is my last bit. This is the big closer. But it's a little weird. So I had a pretty tough year. You know, to be honest with you, I had my best friend tried to commit suicide past year, and he took a whole bottle of Xanax. And I was the first person to find him. And I called 911, you know, panicking, my heart's beating. And, in that moment I realized if you're going to kill yourself with a bottle of Xanax, leave one pill for whoever finds you, you know? Because there I was thinking, you know what I could use right now? I could really go for one of those pills. But they're all gone right now. Some of you aren't laughing at that, and you're right, okay? And it is. It's if somebody kills himself with a bottle of Xanax, you'd be like, that's selfish. But then if you found out they left one pill with a note that said, this is for whoever finds me, you'd be like, rest easy, King. That makes sense. I'm with you. All right, good night. Thank you very much.